and those kind of things.
Did you watch much baseball, Dave?
Not too much.
Good.
Highlights a lot, but can't remember what I sat down and watched the entire.
All right, let's stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Oh, in person.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Sorry for the brief technical difficulty delay. We're ready to go. Mayor's report. I hope everybody had a good 4th of July weekend. There was a lot going on. I wanted to recognize that a couple of the events, the street here next to city office going back to the police department is now called Sullentrup Way. We had a ceremony and a dedication. It was well attended. The parade was after that, and then after the parade, if you were not there, we had a dedication of the pavilion on the riverfront to honor Sergeant Mason Griffin. And we had a good turnout for that. I thought the program was wonderful. I wanted to thank the chief. I thought he did a really good job putting all that together. I know he had a lot of help from everybody else, but I thought it was very nice, and I was honored to be part of that. And so we have something to remember our officers. And then, of course, the fireworks. The fireworks was very good, so I wanted to shout out to the chamber. I think they were the lead in that, so thank them for a good program. I think the crowd was down a little bit, but everybody was afraid of the rain. And the only other thing I have is thoughts and prayers to my fellow firefighters. I have a whole lot of friends that are in Texas doing trying to do recovery operations. It's a tough job, and keep a thought and a prayer for all the first responders that are doing what they have to do in Texas, and be thankful that we haven't had those kind of problems here. So anyway, that's all I have. City Administrator report.
Okay, just a couple things. Our sales tax deposit for the first month of the new fiscal year, it's down a little bit from last year's amount, but it's identical to the 23-24 amount. So that was a really good year. So not scared of that. It usually kind of balances itself out eventually. So we did have to wait till we had to close out the books in order to get the lodging tax total, and so that ended up being $480,567, which is 2% over last year's total. So I thought that was very good. The lead service line inventory is continuing. What they've done is they've started like on 1st Street, and they're working their way north to south. This week they gave us their projected work schedule for the next 2 weeks. They're going back to catch some properties on 2nd, 4th, and 6th Street, but the bulk of their work in the next 2 weeks will be on both East and West, 8th and 9th Streets. And that's where they're doing the excavations. Actually, the way they're doing it, it's only leaving about a 4-inch hole, so some people don't even realize when it's done, if they can find it really easily. So that's going smoothly. I think I mentioned last meeting about our emergency generator installation. It is, the equipment installation will be this Saturday because they have to cut off the power. But it won't be operational at that point. They'll still have to do some internal wiring and things, but the equipment will be here on the 19th, and they won't have to cut the power for anything after that. We have a building department audit every 4 to 6 years, and just so happened to be last week. And so what always comes of that is a discussion about our building codes. And so right now we're still on the 2015 building codes, as is New Haven and some other small communities. But we do need to seriously consider upgrading those. They upgrade those, they put out new versions every 3 years. And so I think once Nick gets his feet good and wet and settled in, maybe that's something that we'll look at addressing this year sometime, is to get those a more updated version, and that also helps on our audit score as well.
Was that the ISO that?
Yes, yes. Received a message from Clyde Zelch, the Emergency Management Director today, and he said that this Thursday, the Gaston County Emergency Management Agency is going to conduct a county-wide cell phone and text test. It'll be for everybody in the county and for 1 hour for anybody driving through the county. It's part of, the acronym is IPAWS, IPAWS, but it stands for Integrated Public Alert and Warning System. And that is actually FEMA's national system for local alerting that provides authenticated emergency and life-saving information to the public. So we'll be doing a test of that on Thursday. He asked us to also publish that on our Facebook page for him. So we'll be doing that. That's all I have today.
Very good. Thank you. We have no public comments. Old business, last meeting, we had a gentleman that was inquiring about us to implement some smoking ban. I didn't know if y'all had time to think about it. Years ago, that was brought up and the Board of Aldermen then basically we only have a couple businesses that allow smoking anyway, and the Eagle Hall is pretty adamant that they don't want a no smoking ban. So we kind of just left it up to the businesses, and that's the way it was several years back. So, you know, does anybody have any input or any suggestions?
Legally, does City of Hermann not have to adopt the Missouri statute?
The Missouri statute.
Section 191.765.
Well, I can answer that more specifically if we read the statute, but I don't think, I'm not reading this to say that that statute says all municipalities shall pass ordinances banning smoking. I think it, if I had to guess, it says they may or are authorized to, or
Okay.
it is the policy of the state that people breathe clean air, or something like that. And they're using it as for some advocacy here.
Okay.
It's not illegal to not have an ordinance, and it's legal to have an ordinance if that's what you like to do. They just did this in Washington maybe 10 years ago, and publicly, the 2 or 3 businesses in town that allowed smoking still were all up in arms, and privately they met with their councilman behind closed doors and said, please pass this ordinance, then I can blame you guys instead of taking the heat myself from my smoking customers. And then the biggest issue they had was with the Elks and Knights of Columbus and the
Fraternal
organizations where they have members, and I'm not quite sure how they work that out, but that went on for a while.
Anybody have any other questions, suggestions?
I'm just thinking we should leave it up to individual businesses to enforce it and let it handle that way.
And that's pretty much the way it is now, so I guess
I would agree with Jim.
being that gentleman brought it up, I thought we should at least not just ignore him. And, okay, you all in agreement with
Yeah.
leaving it the way it is?
That's fine.
Okay, thank you for your time. Under new business, Jim wanted to recognize the young gentleman, so I'll let him do that under new business.
Okay. A couple months ago, this board had an opportunity to hire a high school student to work in the summer for the Public Works Department, Eli Colbush. And we decided it was good. And one of the undertaking he's doing is painting fire hydrants, no parking zones, handicap, no parking. And I've received several phone calls from citizens and people within the community bragging on his work ethics and what he's doing. So Eli, my hat's off to you. Keep up the good work. This could open the door maybe for future endeavors for other high schoolers that want to take community pride and come out and make Hermann better looking.
He is doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
No mess at all.
Yeah.
around.
Fire hydrants look wonderful.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, he has, he's
He
done.
really is.
Cleans up after himself. It's perfect. So
Jesse said he's a machine.
Well, and he gets it done, you know.
Yeah.
He's not one of these that works for 5 minutes and then goes sits down for 10 minutes. Well, no, I'm just saying. I agree with Jim, hats off to him.
if the
Thank you.
citizens see this young lad out there working, toot your horn or stop and say, keep up the good work, Eli.
Okay, very
Thank you,
good.
sir.
It's always good to recognize somebody that's doing good.
And to answer Ash's question, these statutes are what say that smoking shall be restricted in public places, and if you allow smoking in your public place, then you have to have a designated smoking area.
Okay,
And
that's what I read in that.
Okay. All righty, we'll move on to ordinances. Ordinance.
First, ordinance, or bill number 2025-30 for second reading, an ordinance to vacate portions of Mozart Street between West 4th Street and West 5th Street.
This is a second reading, so do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve 2025-30.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Resolution.
Resolution number 1354, a resolution to authorize the execution of a contract of obligation with the Missouri Department of Natural Resources.
So this used to be an annual thing we did, and then starting in 2020, they quit sending us the financial assurance instrument, and for a few years I continued to send a resolution with no, I call them, no response, anything like that, so I quit. Well, we got something in the mail this year where they have now, that position has been vacant at the state that handled this, and so now it's being filled, and so then now they want us to go back to, they're gonna send us our annual letter, and we'll go back to doing this resolution annually. For the next 7 years is the extent of the life of our post-closure on the landfill. And so they do a little formula and calculate how much money we have to have on hand in case there was some sort of problem with the landfill. And you'll see that during our budget process on our summary, we have that money pulled out earmarked specifically for that. And that amount this year is the $32,733,726. And so that's just kind of a formality that the state wants us to send off to them.
Any questions?
At the end of the 7 years, don't have to keep it under bond, we can do whatever we want.
Well, I don't know that. I think the land is might still be restricted, but we don't have to keep any money on hand.
Okay.
They don't expect any problems at that point.
Very good.
It was just for leachate, anything else that came up now.
Gotcha.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the resolution, please?
I make a motion to approve resolution 1354.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Move on to motions. I have a motion to approve our minutes from our last meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
Motion's been made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Invoices for payment. We have a motion to pay our bills.
I move that we pay those bills.
Motion has been made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So Gary DeWitt to the Utility Advisory Board.
And if you all don't know Gary,
This is Gary.
here he is.
I'm excited about being able to contribute to the city of Hermann. I'm a 17-year resident here, and I retired last year, so I have a little, after 50 years in public utility work, I retired last year, and so I have a little more time on my hands. And I'm all about good utilities, sustainability and pricing and all that it means. And I personally think Hermann is blessed with great utilities myself. Anyway,
Thank you for stepping up. We appreciate it.
So he's been very, very helpful with our water over all these years.
Yeah, over
so
the
now
years.
we're going to get free advice from him. We won't be giving
Don't say you have too much free time on your hands, otherwise you're gonna be on more
This is
committees.
what I'm paying for, we get free advice. I love it.
All right, do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Uh,
Any opposed? Welcome aboard, sir.
thank you.
Okay, hired Jordan Hain, Ava Hughes, Molly Shear, Kimber Hale as umpires.
I make a motion that we hire them.
Second.
Motion's made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Approve the purchase of the 2026 Ford Police Interceptor vehicle.
This is the one that was put in our budget and that you all approved Merlin ordering so that we have it by the fall.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Caterers permit for St. George Parish Church picnic on September 21st, 2025, and dinner with auction on September 13th, 2025 at 128 West 4th Street.
So we just want to make a minor correction. It's actually a picnic liquor license rather than a caterer's permit.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for the St. George Church at the 180th anniversary with requested open containers and closures of West 4th Street from Mozart Street to the East St. George parking lot, September 21st, 2025. Motion to approve that.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Conditional use permit renewal, outdoor liquor, Beth Osler Bar Bean at 114 East 4th Street. Motion to approve her. For that.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a
Second.
second? Thank you, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We have one more added, liquor caterers permit application for Lionheart Whiskey for the Coppermule Distillery on, do what?
August 2nd.
August 2nd. I can't see it. Anyway, do I have a motion to approve that?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We don't have any reports. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, folks. Have a wonderful evening.
Thought you were gonna go in a auction mode there.
I very seldom use mine now. Only time I use it